everyone, welcome back to Gossip with Khanak. This is Khanak Hajira reporting. Let's get started with today's topic. So many of you might have their bank account in different and various banks, and you might have received many messages. It can be for telling you that your bank account has been credited or debited. It can be related to KYC or other bank formalities, etc. So nowadays, receiving messages for bank, links from bank in order to fill the details, etc. is pretty common. And therefore it's difficult to distinguish that which message is from bank and it's official and which one is from fraudster and it's just a phishing link or a virus or something like that. So let's see in today's episode that how to prevent ourselves from such fraud. So one day randomly Raju received a message that his account can be blocked within the span of 2 or 3 days because he still has to give some details and fulfill some formalities of KYC form, and after that, and if he fills that form in time, it will prevent his account from getting blocked and he will be able to make payments and he will have access to his account. So Raju thought that I will fill these details as soon as possible. In the message there was a link included through which he can go to the form and fill the form and complete all the formalities. Raju, without even thinking or verifying if the message is from an official bank or not even, he clicked on the link and it took him to an anonymous website where it was a blank screen. And what happens next is that actually that link was a phishing link, a fraud link. And it captured many personal details of Raju, including some of his bank statements, some user IDs, etc. Now all that fraudster needed was the OTP and password to Raju's bank account in order to make purchase. And the fraudster was good to go because he had all the other details. So since there was a blank screen and he was not able to access the form, Raju tried to contact the number. The fraudster picked up the phone. Now when Raju called the number, the call was forwarded to 2-3 people, which is pretty common when you contact an office or an official bank, etc. Finally, when call was forwarded to the person who Raju required, Raju started to speak about the problem. But what Raju didn't know that the call was sounding very realistic and authentic because the fraudster had planned out everything in order to scam Raju. Now what happened next is that the fraudster asked for OTP when Raju told his problem that I'm facing this, I'm not able to fill the form, not able to fill the necessities and formalities, I'm worried that my account will be blocked, etc, etc. Now the fraudster on the other side said that all I need is OTP and the password of your bank account and the work will be done. Raju was happy. Without even thinking once, he gave away the OTP, he gave away the password. And what happens next is we all know that there was no such thing that Raju's account will be blocked within a few days. Secondly, the fraudster started making purchases from Raju's bank account very soon enough after a few days. And when Raju suspected that, he reported it to a nearest cybercrime station, which was a wise choice. So what did we learn from this story? Point number 1, that you should not click on such anonymous links or the links that you don't know about or the links from the people who you don't know. The links that come in your mails, your DMs, which you don't know, you should not click on such links because the links can contain virus, they can hack your phone, they can capture or steal your personal details, etc. Secondly, if some formalities are left or some details are left, a bank will officially warn you through a mail. So if you get a link or message from bank for filling such details or making a payment, do go to the nearest branch, confirm and then only pay. Thirdly, you should never share OTP even in case of banks over a phone call to a person who you don't know about. Fourth, if there's any formality or details that you are required to give, any KYC details or etc., you can confirm its status with the relationship manager of your nearest branch of the bank. Lastly, if you are a victim of such a scam, do report it to your nearest cybercrime station or to the official government website, that is www.cybercrime.gov.in. We will meet next week. Till then, keep smiling. This will be the conclusion of our today's discussion. To watch more of this content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, and we'll keep the videos coming. A KH production.